Very good morning, students. Let's start with practice set 1.3. Question number 1. It reads as, write the following statement in if-then format. Now what is if-then format? So the first question, it reads as, the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. Opposite angles. This is a property what you might have what you all are acquainted. You not might, but you all are acquainted since your 7th standard. So the opposite angles of parallelogram. It means if it is a parallelogram, then opposite angles are congruent. Okay. So what I will write at, if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite angles are congruent. Coming to second, the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. So if it is a rectangle, then diagonals are congruent. Okay, got it. But the third one is different. In an isosceles triangle. Now what is an isosceles triangle? When two sides are, in a triangle we have three sides. If the two sides are congruent, it is an isosceles. Congruent means equal in length, or two angles are of equal measurement. Then we call it as an isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. So if a triangle is an isosceles, then and then only the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint, rest of the sentence will remain as it is. Midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. So please students, I request you to practice it again and again, read it again and again, and try to get the question correctly. Okay, so please go through it. Question number 2. Write converse of the following statements. Converse, that is a reverse. For example, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So what you can say, 4 is the result after adding 2 to 2. Okay. So the first statement is, the alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and the transversal are congruent. So what I will write, if the alternate angles formed by two lines and its transversal are congruent, alternate angles, Z-shaped angles, okay, then the lines are parallel. Again, if and then. Second, if a pair of interior angles, C-shaped or dome-shaped angles, made by a transversal of two lines are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Okay, so when you will read the first and second, you will get your answer definitely. First में parallel दिया है, second में interior angles. Okay, so if a pair of interior angles, or if two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then the interior angles so formed are supplementary. Supplementary means their sum is 180 degree. Whereas third one, the diagonals of rectangle are congruent. There is no converse statement. Converse of this statement, that the diagonals of rectangle are congruent, does not exist. So third one they will not ask you. Okay, so my dear students, please refer this, please go through it again and again, please repeat it and write in your notebook, so it will be helpful to you and it will help you during exam also. Now we'll start with problem set and then we'll go to chapter number 2. Please go through this.